Hey guys, welcome back with Lindsay. We are having a short video today, just having a short discussion, which is meant to be short and not long, but I am making it longer by just not explaining and getting straight into it. Yeah, we're just gonna have a chat about the Dark Elves. This is beyond the fact that I have absolutely mucked my campaign to no ends, and it is just an absolute disaster, frankly, at this point. It's not a disaster that it's losing, it's a disaster that it's going to take for flipping ever to properly get back sorted and back in action. It can be fixed, and it will be fixed eventually, hopefully. It's going to take a long time before that happens. And frankly speaking, not gonna do it. I'm just gonna start a new one because it's not worth it, because it'll be turned 120 before I actually be where I should be at turn 50. But that said, I just want to talk about the Chaos invasion and the situation with the Dark Elves and Chaos, which is a little bit crazy. I mean, whenever Malekith is playing as the AI, it is a strong character. I mean, if you guys remember from my Grom campaign, and with the use of a little bit of magic, we can see what Malekith was up to in my Grom campaign, using a mod which toggles Fog of War on and off. As you can see over here, we can see how strong Malekith actually gets. And this is Malekith without confederating all the other Dark Elves. He still has Krotkar, Deadwood Sentinels, and a few others which he has to confederate, but the extent of the power of the Dark Elves is massive. He still comes all the way down here to City Quintex. He's fighting, I believe, the Hexalotl and beating them up. I mean, it's just a massive army over here. Just note that's like 4 armies. It's Malekith, there's Marathi, and then Admiral, and Mazdamundi has just 2 armies trying to hold on to there. Yeah, it's you know, Malekith is really strong, but once the Chaos invasion starts, really and truly, the AI just smashes Malekith up. Like, all of these settlements are gonna die instantly for 2 reasons. One, these settlements are not that well defended. As you can see, there's limited walls being built by the AI. And I mean, Rekdu Gorge has walls down here, but that's just about it. Everything else, as you can see, is limited to very few garrison units, like 9, 7, etc. And that's not going to really slow down the AI. Nagorand itself has 19, and that's a tier 5 settlement. It's really strong, really heavily defended. But Harganet and Hagreef will fall quite quickly after that, and the armies of Nagorand are scattered to the winds. He has an army up here, has an admiral up there, and he has the remainder armies down here where he's recruiting them to fight the wars against the Tree Boys here, against, sorry, the Tree Girls, the Sisters of Twilight, which are actually selling out and blowing up settlements, apparently, in their rage. So there is that. Essentially, what I'm saying is being able to build a wall up here, a proper wall, similar, again, as we said, to, and we can see them now, to the fortresses in Helmgard, Fort Verges, and Fort Sol down here. It would make a massive difference, as it would help protect the borders of the Dark Elves from Chaos Wastes, and they're meant to be there anyway. Now, that said, these forts have really changed the way the Empire is played, adding a deeper level of, deeper level of complexity, and allowing you to defend yourself quite easy against the greenskins that start coming towards you, barreling towards you in the early game. And the same thing with the High Elves, getting the Phoenix Gate, all of the gates, you know, Phoenix, Unicorn, Griffin, and Eagle Gate, getting them and setting them up will ultimately help immensely, trying to keep the protection of the inner ring of the donut over here. And as you can see, I'm easily currently conquered most of the inner ring very, very quickly without much trouble. Again, that said, I'm going to be having a difficulty holding onto the edge till chaos comes, and honestly, chaos will come at any moment in time at this point, because they start coming at turn 90, and every turn above turn 90, it's +5 possibility of them spawning more and more. If you look at also the difference in the chaos spawning locations, okay, we have the chaos spawning location over here in the old world, where all of chaos just basically funnels through this little gap with two possible directions, right? The first direction is going straight into Kislev territories and against the Trot the Unclean, cleaning this area up. And if you are the Empire or any of the starting positions in the old world down this way, you're going to see the Chaos Horde just coming in, and they're going to blow up everything. They're going to eventually stop and slow down because there are some really strong factions here. But let's say down to Wolfenburg, Keppelberg and Griffinwood, they're going to get down till here, and they're going to do a lot of damage. On the other side, and I noticed this when I was playing Clan Eshin, it was quite interesting what happened, because I'm actually noticing the trees, the way they're laid out here, the thick bushy trees. This is quite thin, but that's a discussion for another time. To get honest with Clan Eshin, they just barrel rolled down this way, so they kind of just destroyed everything in the path down this way, killed just an immense amount of troops, and it just hurt me because I did not expect them to come down this way. So it's just imagine having them spawn in these various locations. And I'm actually gonna just press the end timer enough so that we'll get the chaos invasion. And this is exactly what I was talking about with the spawning of the chaos armies up here. And the way they are spawned as well also does not help, because it would make it much easier if they spawned in this specific area, because then you could have 2 armies here and 2 armies here, wait for them and just blow them up one by one. In this situation, you cannot really do that because there's so many of them and they're so spread out. You have 12 armies. Eventually you'll get over 40 in the second wave, which is quite terrifying, because you're going to do what you can do with the other armies over on this side, where the Chaos Legendary Lord spawn, where you can have an army waiting for them and you blow them up in one turn and you get the Age of Peace. You have to legitimately beat every single Chaos army. That said, it will also weaken the Dark Elf AI tremendously. It seems that they've countered this, the developers, by making the Dark Elf AI hyper aggressive, uber strong, and as you can see, it is just completely blanketing Lustria in Dark Elf slaves and kinkiness. The only army that I see here is this Admiral, which can only provide so much support in the fight overall in this area. But anyway, guys, I simply have wanted to discuss this because this is a possible contender for the DLC. Quite a number of lore YouTubers have been talking about the possibility of Dark Elves getting a DLC along with the Beastman, and it would be a Beastmaster DLC, Legendary Lord, with adding some more beasts, some more wolves or warriors or that kind of thing that is fast and aggressive, whatever dark horrors the Dark Elves have in their arsenal. And of course the other contender, most popular contender, is the Beastman. This is what people have been trying to guess. I'm trying to think of the word which explains this, but I cannot because my brain is currently having a brain fart and I really need to sneeze. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Guys, hope you enjoyed this. I don't do these discussion videos often. This is just a discussion. I do it once in a while after I've played with a faction long enough or interacted with one and I get some thoughts. I've been thinking about this for a few months. And basically since before the Twisted and the Twilight DLC, I was thinking that the Dark Elves needed a little bit of a refresh, But then with the Twisted and the Twilight DLC, the refresh happened in the terms of the chaos blowing shit up in a different manner than before. So now it's something that needs to be addressed, I believe, in a little bit more detail. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.